Did you know that your pancreas doesn't just produce insulin to control blood sugar? Your pancreas releases enzymes that break down carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, ensuring proper nutrient absorption. It produces hormones like glucagon and insulin, which not only regulate blood sugar, but also influence metabolism and growth. While you've likely heard about the dangers of excess sugar, there are other seemingly healthy foods that can quietly harm your pancreas. In the United States alone, over 20 million people struggle with pancreatic diseases, and the number is rising globally. So in this video, let's explore some everyday foods that might be silently damaging your pancreas. This will help you make conscious decisions for your pancreatic health and overall well-being. Let's begin. Number 1. Sugar. Every time you indulge in sugary foods or drinks, your pancreas releases insulin, a hormone that helps your body utilize glucose for energy. But here's the catch. Overburdening your pancreas with constant sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance. This means your cells might become less responsive to insulin, leading to type 2 diabetes if not treated well in time. A 2020 review of studies found that individuals with high sugar intake had a 35% increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who consumed less sugar. Additionally, a 2016 study showed that excessive sugar intake can impair insulin sensitivity by up to 25%, significantly affecting pancreatic function. High sugar intake is also linked to pancreatic inflammation, a condition that can lead to pancreatitis, a painful inflammation of the pancreas. One 2018 study showed that individuals with high sugar intake were twice as likely to develop pancreatitis compared to those with moderate sugar consumption. The good news? You can protect your pancreas by limiting added sugars in your diet and opting for whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins provide many essential nutrients, and their fiber content helps keep your blood sugar levels stable, reducing the strain on your pancreas. Remember, moderation is key. Even natural sugars should be enjoyed in limited quantities. Number 2. Unhealthy fats. Overindulging in high-fat dairy and fried foods can wreak havoc on your pancreas and overall health. Why? These foods are mostly packed with trans and saturated fats, which are linked to inflammation and pancreatic damage by up to 40%, according to a 2022 study. Regularly piling on these unhealthy fats can lead to chronic pancreatitis, where your pancreas might struggle to produce digestive enzymes and insulin, eventually increasing your risk of pancreatic cancer by 2 to 3 times. This fatty diet can also pave the way for obesity, insulin resistance, and metabolic syndrome, further compromising your pancreas health. But remember that not all fats are bad. Healthy fats from avocados, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish can help improve the overall health of your pancreas. Ditch the fried and fatty, and embrace a whole food diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. This simple change can reduce pancreatic inflammation by 30% within just 3 months, according to a 2021 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. Number 3. Processed foods. Processed foods may be a silent threat to your pancreas. Heavy processing strips away good stuff like fiber and nutrients, while packing in bad stuff like unhealthy fats, sugars, and additives. This combo wreaks havoc on your pancreatic health in several ways. For example, sugary snacks and processed meals raise blood sugar levels. Over time, your body can become less responsive to insulin, leading to insulin resistance. This can increase your risk of type 2 diabetes by as much as 50%, putting extra strain on your pancreas. Moreover, artificial ingredients present in processed foods like preservatives, colorings, and flavorings can trigger inflammation in your body, including your pancreas. A 2022 study found a 25% increased risk of pancreatitis in individuals with high processed food intake, likely due to inflammation. Processed foods are also notorious for being rich in sodium salts. This excess salt can directly damage your pancreas. In fact, a 2021 study showed that high sodium intake may increase the risk of pancreatic cancer by 30%, and it doesn't stop there. Processed foods often contribute to a number of other health problems like obesity, metabolic syndrome, and heart disease, all of which are linked to pancreatic dysfunction. Number 4. Alcohol. Booze and your pancreas? Not a good mix. In fact, according to a 2022 study, the toxic byproducts of alcohol breakdown directly damage pancreatic cells by 20 to 30%. Another study shows that excessive alcohol consumption accounts for roughly 70% of pancreatitis cases. The more you drink, the higher your risk. Each drink you have might increase your pancreatitis risk by 5%, rising to 30% with heavy drinking, which is more than 4 drinks per day. Reducing or quitting alcohol is probably the best way to protect your pancreas. Support networks and professional help can be lifesavers in quitting. And remember, a healthy lifestyle with a balanced diet goes a long way in keeping your pancreas overall healthy. Number 5. Red and processed meat. Grilling or processing meat creates harmful compounds like HCAs, PAHs, and N-nitroso compounds. Over time, these compounds may cause inflammation and damage to pancreatic cells, contributing to the development of pancreatic cancer. Surprisingly, according to a 2022 study, every 50-gram daily serving of processed meats may increase pancreatic cancer risk by 15 to 20%. Bacon, sausage, and deli meats are often loaded with preservatives and sodium, which are linked to a higher risk of pancreatic dysfunction and pancreatic cancer. So it's best to avoid them and prioritize lean protein sources like fish, beans, and poultry. Number 6. Processed or refined carbs. White bread, pastries, and sugary cereals might taste delicious, but can be bad news for your pancreas. These processed carbs are packed with refined sugars and lack fiber, causing your blood sugar to spike by as much as 30% within just 30 minutes, according to a 2022 study. Another study showed that refined carbs can trigger insulin production at a 20% faster rate, so perhaps you can imagine how quickly these foods affect your blood sugar. Even worse, highly processed carbs are also linked to obesity, metabolic syndrome, and cardiovascular disease, all of which can further harm your pancreas. So it's best to avoid or limit your intake of processed or refined carbs. Aim for less than 25% of your daily calories from them. Focus on whole, unprocessed carbs like whole grains, legumes, and vegetables. They have fiber, so they won't raise blood sugar too quickly. Number 7. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners can mess with your gut microbiome, those good bacteria that help with digestion, immunity, and more. This gut imbalance, also known as dysbiosis, can increase your risk of metabolic disorders and inflammation by 10 to 15%, according to a 2022 study. Some studies also show that artificial sweeteners might trick your body, messing with how it handles sugar. This altered response can make your pancreas work harder to regulate blood sugar. While the evidence is concerning, more studies are needed to understand the long-term effects. However, caution is key. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to support our mission to help improve your health. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.